Hey guys, welcome to the channel. As you see in the thumbnail, what if Issei met female kiba when he was 8 and had harem? Before I start, please do support for more awesome content, and subscribe my channel and like this video. Go support and follow the AnimeAuthorKaiserX for writing that awesome fanfic, and also make sure to comment on this story. Link in the description. Let's start this video. I was currently shopping with my parents to buy groceries. It has been a month since my best friend Irina moved out from Kyoto and went to a Protestant church in Italy to become into a devout Christian. It was suggested to him by his parents, who were very religious in Christianity. Without him, it was quite lonely. We were going around stores, buying all sorts of food. Once we were done shopping, we started to walk back home. While we were walking, something caught my eye. Across the street was a shrine. Funny. I never seen that shrine before. I wonder what's the purpose of it is. I'll see if my parents can take me there. Hey mom. I said to my mom. Yes, honey? What is it? Both of her hands were carrying 2 bags of groceries. Can we visit that shrine right now? I asked them, while pointing at the direction of the shrine. I don't know, son. We still have these groceries to tend to. My dad said. I really want to know what that shrine is about. Pretty please, Dad. I will just be a quick visit. I got on my knees and started to beg. I say we let him visit the shrine. It's not like we have anything better to do. My mom agreed with me. Well, just for a little visit, alright? I still want to watch that sumo match today, so don't keep us there for too long, okay? Oh, thank you, Dad. I rushed towards the shrine while holding the groceries. I was running fast, too fast for my parents to catch up. They were falling behind. Pant, slow down, son. I am not as fit as I used to be, my dad said while panting from exhaustion. Our little Issei is fast when he's really excited, isn't he, dear? My mom giggled as she watched me speed through the sidewalk. Yeah, he sure is. I wonder why he wants to visit this place? My dad asked my mom. Just let Issei do what he wants. Maybe he is visiting this place to become a devout like his friend, Irina. My mom guessed. I didn't really want to become a devout. I'm just really curious about the shrine. Maybe let's just see. Dad said as they tried catch up to me. I stopped right in front of the shrine and went up the steps. My parents followed me from behind. As I entered the shrine, I noticed that no one was there. Is anybody here? I yelled out. Seems like nobody's home. Era. Why, hello there. All of us turned around and we saw a young woman and a girl about the same age as me. They both have matching black hair with a ponytail. Both of them also wore a traditional Miko attire consisting of a white haori and a red hakama. The girl was hiding behind the woman's legs. Her face was red as she looked at me. She looked really cute. Excuse me, but are you a shrine maiden? My father asked the woman. Yes. My name is Shuri Himejima, and this is my daughter, Akeno Himejima. Say hi to the boy, Akeno. The girl was still blushing and hesitated for a bit, before walking up to me. Hi, my name is Akeno, Akeno said in a cute voice while looking away from me, blushing hard. I could tell that she was very shy about this. I just chuckled for a bit about how cute she was before extending my arm to shake hands with her. We both shook hands, but she still went to her mother's side. Hey there, Akeno. My name is Issei, I said while giving her a warm smile. My dad then gave me a pat on the back, saying that I did a good first impression in front of Akeno. My mom also gave me a smile that says good job. I just merely shrugged it off. So, Mrs. Himejima, do you and your daughter live in this shrine? My mom asked Ms. Shuri. Why, yes, of course. I also live here with my husband, though he is currently away at the moment. Maybe we should discuss about ourselves over a nice cup of tea. Shuri said. We would like that. Mom said while she grinned. It would be nice to get to know each other while drinking some tea, Mrs. Himejima. My dad said, agreeing with Mom. No need for honorifics. Shuri is fine. Shuri reassured my father. Shuri then turned to me and Akeno, who were sitting on the wooden floor of the shrine. Why don't you two play games with each other while me, Mr. and Mrs. Hayata have a little chat? She said to us while giving gentle smile. Usher. Okay, mother. Akeno said to her mom. Mom, Dad and Shuri went to another room, leaving me and Akeno alone. So what do you want to play? I asked her. I don't know. What do you want to play? She asked. I guess we can play tag if you want. I told her. As sure. She said to me. We spent minutes running around the shrine, trying to tag each other. I'm gonna get you, Akeno! I yelled as I chased after her. No, you won't, Issei-kun. Akeno tried to run away from me, but I soon caught her. When tagging her, I tried to be as gentle as possible. I don't want to hurt her, after all. Issei-kun, you mean it? Fine then. Come here, Issei, she said as she ran towards me. We kept tagging each other and laughing. I've got to say, it was the most fun I've had since Irina left. Our parents walked out the room. They went in and noticed that we were playing tag with each other. Yufufu. Looks like both of you are having tons of fun. There is no doubt you two would make great friends, Shuri said as we kept running around, chasing each other. After we were done playing, me and my parents had to go back to our house. Man, this sucks. I want to keep playing with Akeno. Well, it's been great having you all here. You can visit anytime you want, Akeno's mother said to us. Of course. And thank you for having us here, Shuri, Mom replied. Akeno then walked up to me and smiled. Hey Issei. Yes, Akeno? Can we play again next time you visit? Akeno asked. Her head seems to be down. She looked sad. I don't want her to feel that I am leaving here permanently. I do want to visit her again. I really do. Sure. If you want, I can visit you tomorrow. Since it's summer break, I've got nothing better to do. Her face seemed to light up at my response. Her frown turned back into a smile, and she gave me a hug. I blushed when she hugged me. I am not really used to this amount of affection. Promise me, Issei-san, that you'll visit the shrine tomorrow so we can play. Okay? She asked me with her cute little voice. God, her voice is so adorable. I promise, I said, reassuring her that I would visit again. I mean, there is no point in breaking my promise to her. I would really love to have a playdate with her again. Oh, ain't that sweet? You can visit shrine anytime you want, Issei, my mom said. I smiled at her approval. I get to visit the cute Akeno-san whenever I want. This is great. Well, we should be saying goodbye now. We look forward for our next visit. Hopefully our son won't be troublesome when he visits the shrine tomorrow, Dad said to them, glaring at me. You won't, right, Issei? Of course not, I said, stammering at my words. God dang it, Dad. Don't embarrass me in front of them. I'm sure he won't be troublesome when he visits tomorrow, Akeno's mom told us, reassuring that we have nothing to worry about. We all said our goodbyes as we walked out into the street. I looked back at the shrine. I saw Akeno and her mother waving at me and smiling. I stopped to wave back at them. Hurry up, Issei. It's getting late. My mom told me. Coming, I yelled to her. I quickly caught up with my parents, and we walked back home. This was the day I met my best friend, Akeno. 2 months later, me and Akeno were the bestest of friends since we first met each other. We would always play games with each other every day. Things haven't been lonely ever since we met. We would go around Kyoto Park where we could use the play structure. We would also go around town buying various things. One time, we bought ice cream and we enjoyed it. Flashback. We were running around, playing hide and seek when we heard a familiar ringing. Ring ring. We only know what that means. Ice cream! Me and Akeno both yelled out as we approached the ice cream truck. Several children got in line before us, so we had to wait for a couple of minutes. Once it was our turn, we took out the money that our parents gave to us and put it in the counter of the ice cream truck. Hello there, kids. What would you like? The nice ice cream man asked us. 1 Rocky Road, please. I answered him. And what would you like, little missy? The man asked Akeno. You and I would like some strawberry, please. Akeno answered the man with her cute voice. The man just chuckled and gave us our ice cream. We then walked to a nearby bench where we can eat our ice cream. On our way, Akeno accidentally dropped her ice cream. Oh, I really wanted to eat that. Her eyes started to water, and she was on the verge of crying. Man, I hate seeing Akeno sad. I knew I had to do something to stop her from crying. I know. I'll give her mine. Hey, don't worry, you can have mine if you want, I said as I handed my ice cream to her. Huh? But Issei-san, don't you want your ice cream? Akeno asked me as she started to wipe her tears. Nay, it's okay. All I want is to see my friend happy, I reassured her. She smiled and gave me a hug. Thank you, Issei-san. You're a great friend, Akeno said while hugging me. You're welcome, Akeno, I replied back to her. She let go of me and I gave her the ice cream. She gave it a lick and her smile grew. So, how's the ice cream? I asked. She kept licking the ice cream with glee. She looked at me and smiled. It's really good, she said. I grinned, knowing that she liked it. After Akeno ate the ice cream, Akeno told me that we needed to buy something. I don't know what she needed to buy, but she told me that her mom wants her to buy some type of clothing. We walked around town. Akeno was running through a crowd and I was right behind her. Hey Akeno! Wait up! I yelled to her. Hurry up, Issei-san, she yelled back. I eventually caught up to her. Hey Akeno! What do you need to buy? She looked at me and giggled. You'll see. That still left me confused. What is she going to buy? When we reached the clothing store, Akeno quickly rushed to the underwear section. I walked over to her, and I noticed that she already picked out all sorts of undergarments. Here, Issei-kun. Hold on to these while I try them out, okay? She asked sweetly. Okay, Akeno. I stammered while she gave me the underwear. Normally, I love it whenever I get women's underwear, but I knew I had to be a gentleman to Akeno. After all, she is my best friend. And her father, Barakil, would likely be unhappy with me if I were to be lecherous towards Akeno. She then went inside the changing room and I waited for a couple of minutes. When she came out, my jaw dropped and my nose started bleeding at the sight of my best friend. She was wearing nothing more than a dark purple bra and a pair of dark purple panties. How do I look, Issei-san? She asked me while doing a little twirl. My nosebleed has gotten worse and now the blood is flowing even more than before. Curse my dirty mind. I couldn't find words to describe how attractive she looked. I don't want to say that she looks in it, which she does, but I'm afraid that she might slap me for being a pervert. Akeno then giggled and looked at me with in her eyes. Era. You're thinking naughty those about me, aren't you, Issei-kun? Akeno said while giggling. And no, I'm not. I yelled out while blushing really hard. Akeno just giggle again. You can't hide it, Issei-san. I know that you're a little pervert. Don't worry though, I don't really mind if you are one. She said to me. So wait, you're not gonna be mad at me because I'm a pervert? I asked her. Of course not. You're my first and best friend ever. Why on earth would I ever get mad at you? She asked me. Well, I could think of a few reasons. I told her, still looking away from her with a bloody nose. I was too busy thinking with my back turned from her, when she suddenly hugged me. I can feel her apay touching my back. You know, Issei, since you're such a perv, I think it will be easier for me to tease you. Tease me? What does she mean by tease me? Akeno, I was stuttering some more and my nose started to bleed again. Again, Akeno just giggled. Don't worry, Issei. I won't do anything lewd with you. I was just having some fun with you. Akeno reassured me. I sighed. If this is what I have to deal with Akeno, so be it. I also noticed that Akeno can be a sadist at times. She must have developed that personality from either her mother or her father, Barakil. I have met his father once, 3 days after me and Akeno have known each other. At first, he was concerned about me hitting on Akeno doing filthy things with her body. But I told him that I don't plan to do anything like that with Akeno. I just want to hang out with her and be friends. After that, he started to be calmer around me and had trusted me to protect his daughter. Of course, I promised him that I would do all I can to protect Akeno whenever something happens in the future. Nevertheless, I got along with Barakil just fine. The one thing did confuse me. What is up with his name? I know I heard that name somewhere before, but I just can't put my finger on it. And maybe I'll find out in the future. Akeno came in and out of the change room with different undergarments every time she came out, resulting in me having more nosebleeds. God, I might die from blood loss after we're done with this. After Akeno picked out 3 pairs of bras and panties that she liked and paid for them, we walked out of the store and my body started to feel weak. Geez, Issei-kun. You don't look so good. I knew that Akeno was worried about me, but I had to keep moving. I can't show her that I'm weak and pathetic, but I was starting to feel lightheaded. It was probably due to the amount of blood I lost from the nosebleeds I gotten from staring at Akeno's half-body. Noits finites, just a little headache. I then fell to the ground. I feel like I'm gonna faint at any moment now. Issei. Come on. You need to get up. We're going to the shrine where you can get some rest. I was too tired to complain, so I just let Akeno walk me to the shrine. I do feel bad for her having to lead me to the shrine, but I was too tired to stop her so I can walk by myself. When we reached the shrine, we were met with Akeno's mother Shuri, who was surprised to see Akeno helping me walk up the steps. Once we reached the top of the steps, I was unable to hear the two of them as my head felt really dizzy and I passed out from exhaustion. Akeno's POV. Oh no! Issei has fainted. Oh. I hope he is okay. I held on to Issei as my mother rushed over to me. Era, what happened to Issei? Mother asked with a concerned tone. He lost a lot of blood, mother. He needs to rest out, I told her. Era. Looks like it's almost nighttime. At this condition, Issei won't be able to go home for the night. I'll have to call his parents to see if it's okay for him to sleep here for the night. Akeno, why don't you tuck him to your bed while I call his parents? She told me. What? Sleep with Issei? I can't sleep with him. It would be awkward for a girl like me to sleep with a boy like Issei when we are not even lovers. Wait. He's sleeping with me, mother? I yelled to her, surprised that she was letting me sleep with Issei-kun. Of course, dear. Why? You don't want him to sleep in your bed? Mother's asked me with a confused look on her face. I shook my head while I blushed. No, mother, it's just that I feel uncomfortable thinking about sleeping with him. I mean we're best friends, but I feel it would be awkward for a girl like me to sleep with a boy like Issei. I told her, don't worry, Akeno. I'm not saying that you should cuddle with him. All I'm asking is for you to take care of Issei until he is better. Okay. I feel a bit better now. I carried Issei all the way to my room. He sure was quite heavy. I laid him on the bed and covered half of his body with a blanket. I tried my best to quietly get on the bed while trying not to wake him up. When I was lying on the bed, I looked at Issei to see how he was doing. My face suddenly turned red and I felt a warm sensation going through my body. Am I falling in love with Issei-kun? I mean, he is my first and best friend. I think he is nice, brave, and he never takes advantage of me. He was always there when I was sad or hurt. I just love him. I really do love him, but I know he won't love me back. He'll probably find a girl in the future who is better than me in every possible way and date her. But what if he spends more time with another girl and abandons me? Worse of all, what if he finds out that I'm a fallen angel? He'll think that I'm some sort of monster, and he'll surely stop being friends with me. I have to keep my secret about me being a fallen angel from Issei at all costs. I want to stay friends with him forever. I will always be there for you, Issei-kun. Whether your heart's broken or you are hurt in any way, I will always be there by your side to comfort you, even if you don't love me back. I looked at the cute, sleeping Issei-kun for a bit, before giving him on the forehead. It might just be my imagination, but I thought for a second that I saw Issei smirk. Good night, Issei-kun, I said to him as I closed my eyes and fell into a deep sleep. While I was sleeping, I had a dream. A dream where I was together, and happy with Issei-kun. Today is my 9th birthday. Mom, Dad, Shuri, Barakil and Akeno were all celebrating my birthday with me. There were also aunts, uncles, grandparents, friends of my parents, and their children currently attending the party, though the adults would just talk with one another. The children who attended the party were mostly kids younger than me and Akeno, so we really only had each other to play with. The house was filled with streamers and balloons. The table was full of presents. And on the middle of it all is a chocolate cake. Seems like something I should be happy for, right? Well, although I appreciate what my parents have done for me, I still can't find myself to fully be happy after the news that I have received 2 weeks ago. I was miserable because Akeno and her family are going to move to Kawasaki, where her parents had some type of business to do. After hearing this, my heart was broken. Akeno and I have been the greatest of friends for almost 2 years now, and she is moving away? First Irina, now Akeno? Why do all of my best friends have to move away from me? I couldn't stop thinking about her. I was afraid of missing her, like how I missed Irina. During every night, I would always cry about how I don't want Akeno to go. But I have to accept the fact that she is not going to be with me anymore. I want her to be there with me always. To be with me by my side at all times. I know that's not going to happen. All thanks to reality. Cruel, cruel reality. At times, I would feel down about the whole situation with Akeno moving. She would notice this and tried to cheer me up. But it just makes me more depressed, knowing that I wouldn't be able to see her cheerful smile anymore. Akeno was always worried about me whenever I'm sad, and me feeling depressed about her moving really concerns her a lot. Now that I think about it, Akeno has lately been really affectionate with me. She would give me hugs, ask me to give her a piggyback ride, and she would also tease me by giving me glimpses of her panties, which always results in me having a nosebleed. Does she have feelings for me? I know I'm her first friend, but does she really like me? I mean, there's a lot of boys in the world that I know a pretty girl like her would deserve instead of me. I'm nothing special. I am just a good-for-nothing pervert, though I have had feelings for Akeno for quite some time now. She is pretty, cute, funny, smart, and has a lot of personality, maybe a little too much personality with her sadist side. Not to mention her épée. For a 10-year-old girl, her épée is pretty large. She already has nice, B-cup-sized. Oh, how I would love to play with those wonderful épée. But I'll have to wait until they get bigger. I wonder if her pay would be big enough in the future for me to suffocate in them. Oh, that would be a great way to die. Guys in my age would die for a girl like her, but I would have to wait if I want to ask her for a date, if I ever meet her again in the future, that is. I know Barakiel would be pissed if her daughter dated in such a young age. But if I were to ever meet her again, would she accept me? Or what if she already has a boyfriend once I meet her in the future? Would it break my heart, knowing that she would have someone else to love beside me? No, I need to support Akeno in her decisions. And if she ever gets to be with another man, so be it. I don't need jealousy to consume me. I promise you, Akeno, that I will always support you and be the greatest friend you have ever had. Mark my words. It was time to open my presents. One by one I unwrapped all of them. I mostly got some clothes. A few toys here and there, such as a couple of komas and a kendama. I got 7,500 yen from my parents, as a birthday gift. Although all these things were very nice, I really wanted to see what Akeno and her family got for me. Akeno's mother, Shuri, got me a blue yukata. It's quite big for me, but I can use it if I ever go to a festival in the future. Akeno's father, Barakiel, however, gave me a katana. But not an actual katana. The katana that was made of wood, but it was painted to look like a real katana. Era. Dear? Is it really wise to give Issei-san a weapon? Shuri asked her husband, worried that I might use it to hurt people. Nonsense, dear. Besides, it's made out of wood. It's not really gonna kill anyone. Just as long as he doesn't try to hurt anybody with it. Barakiel proclaimed. I was, however, confused. What am I supposed to do with this? You excuse me, Barakiel-sama. But might I ask what I can use this katana for? I asked him while I stared at the finely crafted blade. Barakiel gave a hearty laugh and patted me on the back. Well, Issei. You can use it to train yourself if you ever want to practice for kendo, or if you want to improve your swordsmanship skills, Barakiel told me as he stroked the tip of the sword. Beauty, isn't she? Took me months to make this, and I want you to have it so you can remember us in your heart with it. I smiled at his words. It's great, Barakiel-sama. I will treasure it for the rest of my life, I said to him. He grinned and gave me great big, bear hug. The hug was suffocating me. Once he noticed this, he quickly let go of me from the hug. Finally, I can breathe. Sorry about that, Issei. Barakiel apologized. Don't worry, it's okay, I reassured him. When it was Akeno's turn to give me a gift, I noticed that she was hiding something behind her back. When she pulled out her hands, she was holding a golden beckoning cat that was only slightly larger than my entire hand. She then gave it to me. Here, Issei. I know it's not much, but a Maneki Nico is said to bring good luck to those who own one. Think of it as a way to remember me when I'm gone. I looked at the cat, and my eyes started to water. This is the most greatest thing anybody has ever given to me, not because it was priceless or anything. I love it because it was given to me by my great friend, Akeno. I don't need anything else from her. This is all I need. It's beautiful. I will always remember you with it, Akeno-san. I then started to tear up, and I was trying to hold back all of my emotions from knowing that Akeno is moving. She then gave me a hug and started to rub the back of my head to comfort me. Don't cry, Issei, Akeno calmly said to me as she gently rubbed my back. We kept hugging each other for a few minutes, and we received a few ahs from my relatives. Once I calmed down, Akeno then looked at me and blushed. Issei-kun? She said in her cute voice. God, I can never get tired of that. Yeah? Do you want to go to the bridge in the park later? I want to talk to you about something, she asked as she kept blushing. Sure, I said to her as she ran up to her mother and whispered something into her ear. Shuri then looked at my mom and she nodded. Akeno then ran back to me with an heartwarming smile on her face as everybody else got back to their own business. Alright, Issei-kun. Our parents agreed that we can go to the park after the party, and we have to be home by 6:30 p.m. So let's enjoy ourselves for now. Akeno still had that cute smile on her face while she told me this. She then grabbed my arm as she brought me to the couch, where we played with the toys that I received. It was eventually 5 p.m., and almost everyone from the party was now gone. The only people left is Akeno and her parents. Alright, Issei-kun. It's time, Akeno informed me. I knew what she meant as we went out of the house and head for the park. When we got to the park, we finally stopped near the park bridge. I then looked at her and saw that her face was cherry red. Hey, Issei-kun. May I ask you something? Akeno said as she looked at the ground. Sure. What is it that you need, Akeno-san? I was wondering if you ever had a dream, Issei-kun. Akeno said in her lovable voice again. A dream? I was puzzled as to what she means about me having a dream. Have you ever had a wish that you want to fulfill in the future? She told me. Oh. Now I get it, Akeno. I do have a dream, but I'm afraid that you will think that I'm afraid you'll think I'm some sort of idiot after you hear it. I felt ashamed just thinking about it, but Akeno just smiled sweetly. Don't worry, Issei-kun. I won't judge your long-life dream. If you want, I can tell you my dream after. Akeno spoke with a calm tone. This is my last days with her, before she moves to Kawasaki. I have to tell it to her at some point. Come on, Issei. You can do it. You can tell Akeno your dream. All right, Akeno-san. I'll tell you my dream. My dream is to become the ultimate harem king, I declared proudly while pointing my finger in the sky. I was waiting for Akeno to look at me with disgust, but instead, she giggled. You fufu. If Issei ever gets a harem, can you promise me that I will be your main girl? Akeno asked me with her usual seductive nature. I stuttered at her words and tried to come up with something to say, but Akeno shushed me by putting her finger on my lips. It's okay, Issei-kun. I was only kidding. You don't need to get so worked up. You don't have to put me in your harem if you don't want. I then relaxed when I heard her soothing voice. However, I do want Akeno to be a part of my harem. Wait, Akeno! I do want you in my harem! I shouted out to her. Akeno snickered at my sudden change in tone. Well, okay, Issei-kun. You can have me in your harem anytime you want. I don't really care which place I am in it. Just as long as I'm with Issei-kun is fine by me. Now, Issei, do you want to hear what my dream is? Akeno asked me. Yes, please. I answered. My wish is for Issei-kun to be happy. I don't really care if Issei gets a girlfriend. All I ask is for you to always be my best friend always and never abandon me. She told me. Don't worry, Akeno-san. You will always be my great friend and I will never make you feel left out. And if that is Akeno's wish, then my second wish is for her to be happy too, I responded to her. She grinned at my words. She then, however, started to act weirdly again. Issei? Akeno asked me. Yes, Akeno-san? I said to her. Never mind, Akeno said while shaking her head. I wonder what she was going to tell me. Probably nothing important. I started to notice that Akeno was getting closer to me. She was probably going to embrace me. Akeno was about to give me a hug when she didn't notice a rock that was in front of her feet. Oh! Akeno yelled as she tripped over the rock and landed on me. We fell down on the soft grass below us and her face was really close to mine. Akeno-san, are you alright? I stopped mid-sentence when I saw her face. I can't stop thinking of how beautiful she is. I couldn't keep myself from staring into her pretty, violet eyes. Our faces were both flushing red very hard as we kept looking at each other. We stayed there for 3 minutes, until Akeno broke the silence between us. Issei-kun, before I can get a chance to speak, Akeno suddenly lunged at me and gave me a on the lips. And no, it was not just a quick. She wanted a long, passionate. Seeing how I could do nothing at the moment, I decided it is better to just give in to the. She licked my lips, begging for entry. I gladly accepted it. Akeno squeaked at first when both our tongues touched, but she slowly closed her eyes and gave in to the as well. Our tongues danced inside of each other's mouths. I can hear Akeno from experiencing the thrill of her first. I was also enjoying it as well. We were both filled with ecstasy from the amount of delight we got from tasting each other's saliva. I enjoyed tasting her mouth, as it had a great vanilla flavor to it. We kept making out for minutes until we had let go of each other so we can breathe. We both panted heavily as our mouths disconnected. A long strain of saliva was still hanging from our lips. We gave each other a quick to consume it. After the, Akeno and I looked at each other as our faces were redder than before. Issei, I love you. I was suddenly taken back by Akeno's confession to me. She looked at me with tears forming on her eyes. I really love you, Issei. When I first saw you, I had a crush on you ever since. You were always so nice, so gentle, and you always forgave me whenever I did something bad. I'm sorry that I'm only admitting my love to you now, but I was afraid that I could never confess my feelings to you in the future. So please, Issei-kun. Let me say this again. I love you. Akeno cried out as her eyes were now covered with tears. Akeno, I was speechless from Akeno's words. She really did like me. I couldn't believe it. My best friend and crush was in love with me. Not only that, my first was with her. How can this get any better? I truly did love Akeno. I think that no girl can match her beauty in any possible way. All I could do now is find a way to comfort her. I embraced her and started to caress the ponytail on her dark hair. All right. One thing to do now. I love you too, Akeno. Issei-kun, do you really mean it? Akeno asked with a shocked expression. Of course I do, Akeno. I have always loved you, ever since we met. I was afraid to tell about my feelings too, but yes. I do love you, Akeno-chan, I said to her lovingly. Oh, Issei. She looked at me for a second before tackling me back to the ground. She was now bawling on my, harder than before. Her tears were now making my shirt wet, but I don't need to worry about that right now. I stroked her hair again as I tried to calm her down. It's alright. I'm here for you, I said to her while I kept caressing her long, beautiful hair. I am really happy that you love me, too, Issei-kun. But I'm also very sad that I won't be able to see you again. I was also about to cry, but I had to be strong in front of Akeno. Look at me, Akeno. Never give up on me, I said as I grabbed both of her shoulders. She stopped her crying and looked at me confusion. What do you mean, Issei-kun? Akeno asked as she tried to wipe the tears from her eyes. What I mean is best friends never say goodbye, Akeno. Best friends will always be best friends forever. Never give up in faith, Akeno-san. Someday, we will meet again. Akeno lightened up from my speech. Are you sure, Issei-kun? Akeno asked, hoping that I was not making stuff up. I knew I wasn't making it up. It is destined for us to meet again in the future. Yes, Akeno-chan. I know for a certain that we will meet again. I reassured her. Promise? She asked, still having some doubt in her words. I promise, I said to her. She wiped off the rest of her tears and gave me a tender smile. Thank you, Issei-kun, for being my first and best friend. She then embraced me. I, of course, embraced her back. But what will happen when we meet again, Issei? Akeno asked me. Only time will tell, Akeno, I told her. We kept hugging each other until I noticed that the sky was now dark. Oh shit! The moon was starting to rise. We need to hurry back home, Akeno. I think it's time for us to go, I told her. Era? You're right, Issei-kun. We better hurry before our parents get really worried. We started to rush back to my house. When we arrived, our parents were there who were glaring at us for being late. We had to make an excuse to them because we didn't want our parents to know we actually made out. Thankfully, they bought the lie and we were scot-free. A week later, Akeno and her family moved from Kyoto to Kawasaki. Every day after she was gone, I would always think about the great memories we had together. I really did miss her, but I had to keep reminding myself that we would meet again. Because best friends never say goodbye. It's red just like the color of her hair. It's red. Her hair is more crimson than strawberry. The same color is coating my hand. The beautiful red of that long hair mean it's indeed her. Her black, leathery wings extended as she walks towards me. Devote your life to me. That is all I heard before I was knocked out cold. 8 years later, I want to squeeze some boobs. I told my two current best friends, Matsuda and Motohama, as we were resting on the grass and looking up the sky. I met the two of them during junior high school. There is Matsuda, who was a former jock and school all-star. He is a self-proclaimed lolicon. Then there's Motohama. He has the ability to accurately measure a woman's body, just by looking at them. And me? Well, I can say that there is nothing really special about me. We might sound different, but we all have one thing in common. We are all perverts. People would usually call us the perverted trio. I can't really blame them, though. During our first year in senior high school, we were in a different school. When we heard that Co-Academy was turning co-ed, the three of us decided to enroll there for second year. I also heard that my old friend, Akeno, moved back to Kyoto and enrolled here. She is apparently a school idol here along with 3 other girls. But I didn't actually have enough courage to approach her. I really do want to talk to her and reconnect, but something inside of me is stopping myself from walking up to her. Besides, the school would be in utter chaos if they ever find out that Akeno-senpai was my childhood friend. Right now, my 2 best friends and I were daydreaming about the girls in the school in Issei. I agree with Haida Issei-kun, Matsuda said to us while raising his fist in the air. Stop saying that. You're making me feel empty. Motohama sighed as he fixed his glasses. Matsuda, Motohama. Why did we enroll in this school? I asked them. This private school, just turned co-ed after being an all-girls school. Thus, the school has an overwhelming girls-to-boys ratio, and many bishujos from overseas are attending it. Motohama explained, which makes us boys valuable. That means, we'll be popular without having to lift a finger. You basically can't mess up. Matsuda said as he smiled with glee. In short, we'll get a harem. I yell out as I clench my fists in excitement. Yes, a successful life full of real epee awaits us. Matsuda raised his fist happily in the air. We then heard a bunch of girls from the track field team running over the hill. Fight on! Fight on! Fight on! Or so we thought. It's spring, we're in the second year, and we still haven't had a single girlfriend. I sighed. Stop saying that. You're making me feel empty. Motohama said in depression. Just then, a beautiful, creamy blonde-haired girl was walking in the distance, and 3 other girls were running behind her. That girl was none other than the second-year idol, Yumi Kiba. Ha! Yumi-chan! The girls cried out with starry eyes. What are you doing next? Asked one of the girls. Hey, how about going to karaoke with us? Another girl suggested. I must deeply apologize, but I have club activities now. The girls looked sad because she wasn't able to hang out with them. That's too bad. One of the girls sighed. Yumi smiled at them. Thank you for inviting me, though. I'm really sorry. Yumi apologized as she walked away from the girls, who were sighing in content as they were staring at her with dreamy eyes on their face. Kiba Yumi of Class 2C, B95W 58.5 H86. Said to be the most beautiful girl in the academy. She is an idol for the girls in the school, and she has every boy in the school as her fan, especially us. Matsuda yelled in excitement. We squealed in joy as we saw her walk by, and we drooled at the sight of the goddess. I was imagining her, and she was servicing me her magnificent epee. Look at her epee. It's so big, I said while gazing at her amazing boobs, who were bouncing as she walked. And her. It's so firm, Matsuda proclaimed as he peeked at her nice, round butt. And her legs. It's so smooth, Motohama yelled as he looked at her fine, silky legs. She is perfect in every way. We all yelled out in joy, while we kept looking at her fine body with lechery on our eyes, until a group of boys decided to ruin the fun and run towards her, and started yelling out requests for her to go out with them. Judging from the blue pins on their shirt, they must be premium members of the Super Kawaii Yumi-chan fan club. Me, Matsuda and Motohama are only regular member of the SKYF. It means we can only look at her. If you were to ask her out without having premium membership, the other members are allowed to beat you up, just for talking to her. We hate those premium bastards because they thrash any boy who tries to chat with her, while they act like bodyguards to her, when we all know that they just want to be the one who gets to be with Yumi-chan. They also stop those who try to talk to the third-year idols, Rias-senpai and Akeno-senpai, too. Great. That's the other reason why I can't speak with Akeno. Those premium really need to go die painfully in a hole. Yumi-chan. Please be my girlfriend. I love you, why you're my chan. Please go out with me. Please. I'll do anything to win your love. We glowered at the requests that the boys were giving her. Damn it. No fair. How come we can only stare at Yumi-chan, while these bastards can speak to her anytime they want? It's not like they own her or something. A beautiful, busted, smart and good-natured girl like her don't deserve any assholes like them. I yelled out in frustration. Stop saying that. You're making me feel empty. Motohama tried to cover his face, which was starting to water. It's an unfair world, I said depressingly. I'm sorry, but I have to decline all of your offers. Besides, I have club duties to attend to. Yumi-chan giggled as she walked away from the boys, leaving them to cry in agony. Their hearts were broken from having their idol reject their offers of having her as their girlfriend. Why doesn't Yumi-chan love us back? Why don't you notice my love for you? Why Yumi-chan? It doesn't matter. I will always love Yumi-chan and protect her. I laughed at the misery of those douchebags. Ha! Serves those airs right for punching us up last week, I said victoriously. It's almost time, Matsuda said as he picked up his suitcase. Where are you going? I questioned him. He just gives us a thumbs up, and there was a goofy grin on his face. Normally, whenever Matsuda does that, it means he found a great place to look at epee. So, me and Motohama just followed him to the back of the school. Normal POV, Matsuda and Motohama were peeking through a hole through a wall that Matsuda found, that lead to the women's change room. The two perverts were watching Murayama and Keitase, two members of the school's kendo club, undressed before their very eyes. Murayama's boobs are so big, Matsuda exclaimed quietly. She's 82-70-81. Motohama calculated. Keitase has great legs, Matsuda said, enjoying the view of the two half-bishujos. She is 78.5-65-79. Motohama was savoring every second that he saw them take off their clothes. I miraculously found this spot during PE. Matsuda said to Motohama as they were enjoying themselves. Issei was, however, not having fun due to the fact that the other two perverts were hogging the glory hole. Hey! Let me see some Issei too! Issei complained as he tried to pull Matsuda away from the hole, but with having no success in doing it. Don't keep it all to yourselves. Damn you! Issei didn't notice that he was being loud enough for the two kendo girls to hear him. Is someone outside? Murayama asked Kates. Huh! The two got their clothes back on, opened their lockers and got their weapons ready. When they saw the girls rush to get their shines, the two peeping toms ran faster than a cheetah, leaving Issei behind. Yuh! Oof! Issei cried out as he fell down on the grass. What the hell? Hey Matsuda! Motohama. Issei was scared to death when he saw the girls from the kendo club with their weapons, and looking at him with killing intent. You again? Murayama said in disgust. This is bad. Issei muttered in fear. The girls raised their shines, ready to strike upon the brown-haired boy. Wait! Before he could say anything, the girls started to hit him hard with their wooden sticks. Hayadu, you pervert! One of the girls yelled out. The sound of Issei yelling and getting beaten up can be heard all around the school. The perverted trio were sitting outside the old schoolhouse that was near Ku Academy. Matsuda and Motohama were chatting about the fine bodies of the kendo club women, while Issei was getting his bearings after getting hit by shines, even though he never peeked. They seriously hit me with their bamboo swords. Issei sighed as he rubbed his head. Unlucky for you, Issei. Motohama said while still having that devious grin on his face. You left me behind, you. I wouldn't complain if I had at least seen some Issei, but I wasn't even looking and they still. Before Issei could finish his rant, he noticed that somebody was spying on them. When he looked up, he saw a Bishujo with long, red hair, staring directly at them. Issei's breath was taken away from the beauty of this girl. Huh! The two other perverts stopped what they were doing and looked at the direction that Issei was staring at. The redhead then walked away, but their faces were still fixed at the direction of the open window of the schoolhouse. So, there are actually people in the old schoolhouse, huh? Matsuda said as all of them were still gazing at the window. That red hair is so nice. Issei sighed as he remembers that beautiful face of the girl he just saw, Rias Gremery. She's 99-58-90 and has been the president of the Occult Research Club for 3 years running. Rumor says her family comes from Northern Europe, Motohama explained as he fixed his glasses. Just then, another figure looked at them. But this figure was someone who was special to Issei. Somebody he never forgot, his old best friend, Akeno. Akeno looked at Issei before blushing and walking away from the window. Issei had nothing to say after he saw her old friend look at him. Yes, Akeno Himejima. She's 1026089. The vice president of the ORC and the best friend of Rias Gremery. Why do you ask of her, Issei? Motohama questioned Issei while raising his eyebrow. Oh, it's nothing, Issei said to his spectacled friend. Issei was thinking about how Akeno had grown so much since he last saw her. Man, 8 years really does change Akeno. She's so beautiful, Issei said in his mind. That kid just now Rias Gremery told to her queen, Akeno Himejima. Which one? Akeno asked as she looked at Rias with a concerned tone. I mean the kid in the middle, Rias said as she started at the chess pieces on the table. He's in class 2B. If I recall correctly, his name is Issei Hayadu. What about him? Akeno was stuttering a lot and Rias took notice of this. You seem to know a lot about him, Rias said to her. Akeno starts to fidget her hands a bit and tried to think of an excuse to tell her. I heard some rumors about him. Akeno lied to her, not wanting Rias to know that Issei was actually her childhood friend. Never mind. I was probably just seeing things. Checkmate. Rias moved her pawn near Akeno's king, making Akeno lose the game. Era, Akeno said as she examined the chessboard. It was an easy problem, the redhead told the black-haired beauty. Rias then started to unbutton her uniform. I did raise the difficulty quite a bit, though. You did? Akeno asked her best friend. I hope the next one will be harder, Rias said to her as she presumed to remove her underwear. She then went through the shower curtains and turned on the water. While she was taking a nice, long shower, Akeno stared outside and saw that Issei was still there talking with his new best friends. Akeno felt sad that she was too shy to actually talk to the boy of her dreams. She kept peeking at him for minutes, feeling empty without her first friend/crush. Issei-kun, I really miss you, Akeno said as she walked away from the window, thinking about her first with Issei. Issei's POV. This was the place that we confessed our love for each other. The same place when we had our first. I swear, Akeno-san, that I will try to talk to you the next time I see you. Oh, who am I kidding? I will probably just pussy out again. My school life's so bleak. My old friend is an idol in the school, and I don't even have the guts to get close to her. Will my time at the academy be wasted without a single chance to get some boobs on my hands? I sighed as I slumped my face on the rail of the bridge as I look at the pond below me. Just then, I heard footsteps to the left of me, accompanied by the voice of a girl. You Yuri Hayata Issei-kun from Ku Academy, aren't you? When I looked up, I saw a girl, who was about my age with long black hair. Yes? I said to her. I noticed that she wasn't wearing a female uniform, but instead, she wore a velvet red one. I've never seen that uniform before. I wonder what school she's from. She's so kawaii. I could tell that she was very shy because she is fidgeting as she speaks. See, can I help you? I asked the girl. Well, Hayata-kun, are you seeing anyone at the moment? The girl asked me. What kind of question is that? And not really in particular, no. I answered her question. Though, I do plan on asking out Akeno on a date in the future, but am not sure if she still has feelings for me, like she did in the past. I'm glad to hear that, she said in delight. Huh? I said in confusion. Would you mind going out with me? Wait. Hold up. Did I get that right, or am I just being delusional? What did you say just now? I asked, trying to make sure that I'm not losing my mind. I've always seen you pass by here and well I knew you were the girl said as she kept looking at me. Hey, is this? Please go out with me. The girl yelled out. Hey, are you serious? A girl is asking me out. This is awesome. I know that I can't take no as an answer, but I'm worried that Akeno would be heartbroken if she finds out about this. Well, she did say I can date whomever I want. If she does, however, find out, I will say I'm very sorry and tell her that I still wants to be friends. As sure. I accepted. She smiled and giggled. Teehee. By the way, my name is Yuma Amano. I am truly grateful that you have accepted my feelings, Issei-kun. Let's meet up again tomorrow, okay? She said with her cute smile. Of course. I told her. Okay. I'll see you soon, Issei-kun. Yuma said as she waved at me and walked away. Bye. I yelled back to her. I can tell already that this is going to be a start to a great relationship. But Akeno, I don't want her to break her innocent heart. Oh, Akeno, please don't hate me for dating another girl. Hopefully you can accept my apology and that we can still be friends. Wake up. Wake up. If you don't wake up, I'll you. Wake up. Wake up. Wake. Issei pressed the button on his alarm clock to silence it. He was happy that he got a girlfriend. All of his life, he has dreamed of getting one. Gihei Issei can't wait to see the look on Matsuda and Motohama's faces when they learn about this. What the hell? And then no way. Issei and his new girlfriend, Yuma-chan, were walking on their way to school, when they came across Matsuda and Motohama. When the two perverts saw Issei, their mouths dropped when they saw him walking with a cute girl. They couldn't believe what they were seeing. This is my girlfriend, Amano Yuma-chan. Issei told them as he pointed to Yuma-chan. The word girlfriend really struck Matsuda and Motohama hard on the two gave no response, as they were still frozen from disbelief. These are my friends, Matsuda and Motohama. When Issei introduced Yuma to them, the two stunned boys didn't do anything, other than make noises. Nice to meet you, Yuma said as she smiled to them. Issei had a smug look on him and walked up to the two and whispered something to their ears. And you want to know the best part? She asked. Me. He told them with pride. Well, you guys should get one soon too. Let's go, Yuma-chan. Okay. Issei walked away with Yuma-chan behind him, leaving the two perverts alone, whose faces were covered in tears. That backstabbing bastard! Motohama cried out as he broke down into tears. Matsuda didn't say nor do anything as his face was still filled with shock and sorrow. A date? Yeah, this coming Sunday. Or is that a bad time? Yuma asked her boyfriend as she frowned. And not at all. Of course it's fine. That's great. Yuma was relieved to hear this. See you? Yuma waved at Issei as she walks off. All right. See you later. Issei waved back. I'm looking forward to our date. She yelled to him as she ran off to the opposite direction. Yeah, me too. A date, a date. Issei was bouncing up and down in excitement. I never thought that I would hear those words ever in my life. It has such a nice ring to it. Issei jumped down the steps as he merrily went on his way to his house. Awesome! Issei screamed out of joy. What Issei didn't notice is that a petite, white-haired girl was watching him the whole time. The girl was none other than Kaneko Tuju, the school mascot and first-year idol. *slurp star. Kaneko gave her eyes pop a lick before walking off back to the occult research club. I see. Kaneko told Rias everything that happened, and the redhead was deciding what to do next. She was currently sitting on her couch, surrounded by her servants. As expected, your intuition was right on the money, Rias finished as she kept pondering about the situation. I made the correct choice by having you watch him. The king then looked at her peerage. Bucho, what would you like to do? Yumi asked her. I'll make some preliminary preparations, but in the end, it all depends on him. Rias answered to her knight. Issei Rias noticed Akeno's somber expression. Rias was really starting to worry about her queen. As of lately, Akeno has not been her usual self. Whenever she talked with Bucho or the others, she would have an empty look on her face. It's almost like she misses someone. Are you okay, Akeno? You seem to be worked up ever since we took interest to that boy. Oh it's nothing, Bucho. Rias was not buying it. The Crimson Beauty was wondering as to what Akeno's relationship was with the boy. Once he joins her peerage, Akeno will have some explaining to do. Issei's POV. She's a bit late. Where is she? She said yesterday that we should meet up at this spot. I wonder what's taking her so long. Please check us out. Some lady in a weird bat costume walks up to me and hands me some type of leaflet. She just giggles and walks away. I didn't mean to take one. When I examined the leaflet, it had a bunch of weird symbols drawn on it. We grant your wish? That sounds like a scam. I could just throw it away, but there's no trash can in sight. I guess I'll just keep it in my pocket. Just then, I heard a familiar voice. Issei-kun. It was none other than my girlfriend Yuma-chan, who was running towards me. Oh hey Yuma-chan, sorry. Did I keep you waiting? Oh no. I just got here. I told her. *squee. I always wanted to say that. We spent the entire afternoon buying things for each other. Went around town, searching through the stores. When we got to the clothing store, Yuma-chan made me pick out all sorts of shirts. When I picked out a shirt that I want, she paid for it. As a present, I bought her a pink armband, which she really likes. We were now currently eating in a restaurant. Yuma-chan ordered a parfait, while I ordered a smoothie. I noticed her boobs were bouncing inside of her shirt. Gwa! Her épée looks so nice. I wonder how they would feel if I were to squeeze them with my hands? Oh? What's the matter? Oh shit! Quickly, act natural. I tried to drink my smoothie fast enough to hide suspicion from her, but I ended up coughing because I was drinking too fast. Cough. Cough, are you alright? Yuma-chan exclaimed as she handed me her handkerchief. We had a lot of fun today. She told me with a smile. Yeah, it was a great day. This is it. This is my big chance. I took the opportunity and grabbed her hand. She seems to be surprised at my sudden action, but she calmed down after. I did it. I held hands with her. How? Yumi stopped and walked up to the fountain. Say, Issei-kun. Oh, do you mind doing me a favor to commemorate our first date? See, could she be asking for a? I mean, my first was with Akeno-san, but I wonder if Yuma-chan will be my second one. What kind of favor? I asked her. Can you please die for me? She said in a voice lower than her normal one. What? Wait, did she just say what I think she just said? Nah. I must be hearing things, sorry. Yuma-chan. Can you repeat that? I think there's something wrong with my ears. She walks up to my ear and spoke with that voice that I can never forget. Can you please die for me? Yuma-chan's clothes suddenly ripped. I see them. I definitely saw them. It was only for an instant, but I saw real épée. I've seen my first real-life épée. And such a cute girls, too. Instead of having her normal clothes, Yuma-chan now wore a more revealing set of clothes. Isn't this what people call an exhibition? No, not that. This isn't the time for that. I then noticed two things sticking out from her back. Wings? Although short-lived, it was fun playing innocent lovey-dovey with you. I'll be sure to treasure this gift that you gave me, she said as she looked at the pink armband that I gave her. So a red, glowing spear instantly appeared out of Yuma-chan's hand. Yuma-chan, please die. I tried to reach out to her, but it was too late. She stabbed me with the glowing spear, causing blood to rush out of my stomach. Sorry, but your existence poses a threat to us. So, we took the initiative and moved in for the kill. Blame God for planting a sacred gear inside your body. Say what? Blood gushed out of my mouth as I fell flat on the ground. Ugh, thanks for the wonderful memories. Then I saw her flew off, leaving me here to die on my own pool of blood. Seriously? I'm going to die in this tiny, little park because of the bizarre thing that just happened? If you were going to kill me, you could have at least let me squeeze your pay. I could only catch a glance, but Yuma-chan has great pay. I look at my hand. It was covered in blood. It's red. Red, just like the color of her hair. It's red. Her hair is more crimson than strawberry blonde. The same color is coating my hands. What am I saying? I'm about to die. I didn't even get a chance to speak with Akeno-senpai to see how things were doing with her. I really missed her after she was gone for 8 years. I just want to talk to her for once. It's hopeless. Damn it. I can't move my body at all. I don't even know why I have to die. But really, I did live such a crappy life. The only great thing that ever happened to me was when Akeno and I confessed our love for each other. That's about it. All the rest of my life has been nothing but shit. If I could live again, Akeno-senpai, her long, beautiful black hair and her pretty, purple eyes, Ria-senpai with her alluring red hair, and Yumi-chanwo has amazing creamy blonde hair and a fine body. If I'm to die in any way, I want to die in the bosom of a bishoujo like them. I could barely see it, but a bright, red light appeared in front of me. When the light cleared up, I saw the figure of a woman. You called me, didn't you? Who's that? Sayori dying. I guess I'll take you. The figure said as 2 objects came out of her back. Wings again. But unlike Yuma-chan's wings who have feathers, her wings are black and leathery. Just what is going on here? You will devote your life to me, is all I heard before my mind succumbed into unconsciousness. Day after the incident. Please die, Yuma-chan. Devote your life to me. Wake up or I'll kill you. Wake up if you don't want to be killed. Wake. The noise of my alarm clock suddenly woke me up, forcing me to turn it off. I feel so heavy. Man, what a weird nightmare that was. I said as I scratched my head. A dream? Did everything that happened was just a dream? After class, I met up with Matsuda and Motohama. I wanted to talk to them about Yuma-chan. Hey guys. You know my girlfriend Yuma-chan, right? I asked them. They both looked at each other for a moment before bursting into laughter. I was confused as to why they were chuckling. Do they think I'm crazy? What's so funny? Ha! Good one, Issei. You always know how to crack me up, Motohama said while wiping the tears on his eyes. I'm serious, guys. Don't you remember her? Long black hair, violet eyes and a cute face? I'm sorry, Issei, but we never heard of a girl like that before, Matsuda said as he leaned back against the wall. Yeah, Issei. You never showed any bishujos like that to us, Motohama added. You really don't remember Yuma-chan? I said to them. The two were still very doubtful of my words. I told you before. I don't know any girl with that name, Matsuda told me, and there's no possible way that you got a girlfriend. Motohama yelled at me in disbelief. It's just not possible. I have evidence because I have her email address right here. As I checked my phone for the phone number and email address that Yuma-chan gave me, they were not there. No way. It's gone. Her phone number and address are both gone. When I looked to my left, I saw her staring at me. It was Ria's senpai. I blush at the sight of my senpai. Akeno was gorgeous, but Bucho might give her a run for her money. Ria's senpai! Matsuda exclaimed. Really? Motohama said as he looked at the direction of Ria's senpai. Ha, it's Ria's senpai. I could hear the girls sigh in content as they saw her. She's as wonderful as always, one of the girls said as Rias walked past us. She's so beautiful, Matsuda said as he stared at Ria's senpai with lecherous eyes. Yeah. That air refinement, which makes her seem unapproachable, is just amazing, Motohama proclaimed. I bet you got a little crazy because of all your perverted fantasies, Matsuda said while nudging me. I'm not like you. I swear before I could finish, Matsuda interrupts me. Whatever. Stop by my place today. We'll enjoy my special collection together. Porn DVDs. Matsuda yelled in delight. What Matsuda didn't know is that Murama and Kates were behind him, looking at him with disgust. Those guys are despicable. They only think about dirty things. I hate them. What a bunch of hentais. I can't believe they're in the same class as us. The two girls spat curses at us as they walk away. What I mean is, I got some freshly released gentleman's discs, Matsuda whispered to us while still having a lewd smile. Oh. That sounds awesome, Motohama said in excitement. Issei. This time, you can set aside your fantasies for true erotica. I was not paying any attention to them because I was zoning out. That is, we were currently watching Matsuda's special videos in his house. The DVD that we're watching is apparently a new addition to his collection of erotica. Transform. It's Momo-chan's new work, Kamen Rider Pinky. Motohama said as he gawked at the TV screen. Quite an ordeal to procure. Matsuda said as him. While Matsuda and Motohama were enjoying what they seeing, I was too busy thinking about the whole ordeal that happened in my dream to actually pay any attention to them. Something's definitely off. Is it even possible for a few days' worth of memories to be a dream? If so, what happened to my real memories from those days? Matsuda noticed my blank expression. Hey! Is something bothering you, Issei? You're a Mamazono Momo fan, aren't you? Matsuda asked. Yeah. So, why aren't you watching it with us? Matsuda asked. I just don't feel like it today, that's all. I said to him. Whatever. Can I ask you guys something? Matsuda said. Sure. Me and Motohama both answered him. Have you two ever had a girl you before? Matsuda asked. Nope. Never in my life. Motohama sighed as his eyes started to water. Me neither. What about you, Issei? Matsuda said as he looked at me. Well, I have had one before. Really? When? Both of them yelled out as they moved closer to me. When I was 9 years old. I could tell that both of them were jealous of me. Who did you? Matsuda asked. I am not telling you guys. Are we not? We're friends, right? So tell us who it is. Motohama shouted at me as he grabbed my collar. There is no way that I am going to tell them that I had Akeno. If I told them that, there is no doubt that they will tell everybody in the school about it. Everybody would want to rip me to shreds, especially the SKYF, if they found out about it. It's a secret, and I don't trust you guys with keeping it from anybody. Just tell us how long you two had for. Motohama said as he let go of my shirt. I don't know, like 2 minutes? You must be lying to us, Issei. No way in hell a girl would want to someone like you. I was annoyed at Motohama's words. Asshole. I scowled at Motohama, who merely disregarded my insult. Whatever, let's just watch the rider do her thing. Matsuda said as the two of them sat in front of me. Ah, right. Let's turn off the lights for a more intense feel. Motohama said as he got off from where he was sitting and turned off the light switch. Typhoon lick. Oh. That's better. Matsuda exclaimed. Doesn't it? Motohama sat back down with Matsuda next to him as they kept staring at the TV screen. Amazing riding action, as expected from the rider. Motohama said as they watched Mamazono get humped by a man. I look around and noticed that the room was still bright. Hey, they're not off. I said to them. Huh? What did you say? Motohama asked as both them turned their eyes towards me. The lights aren't off. Both of them looked at me as if I'd gone mad. What? What the hell are you talking about? They're clearly off. Matsuda told me as they kept staring me. No, that's not it. The lights are off. I don't sense light, but I can see it. I'm seeing it. Sorry. I'm going home. I said to them as I stood up from Matsuda's bed. What? You sick or something? Matsuda asked. I didn't say anything back to him as I walk out of the door. Normal POV. Issei was walking around town, trying to figure out what was happening. His eyes seemed to be enhanced to see better in the dark. I can see more clearly than I could during daytime. And for some reason, I feel like there's a kind of power flowing through my body. In the distance, Issei can hear a little girl complaining to her mother. No. Buy me one. I'll leave you here if you keep whining. The mother said to her daughter with annoyance. No. The child cried out. How can I hear things from that far away? What happened to me? My body is acting strangely. This park. Issei strolled around the park for a bit, until he found the same spot where Yuma killed him. Yeah, it was right here. I was here with Yuma-chan on a date. Yuma-chan. I don't want to believe it was merely a dream. Issei said to himself. Issei suddenly hears a noise, which got his attention. What was that? When Issei looked behind him, he saw a person emerge from the shadows. The guy was a tall man who was wearing a gray trench coat and a matching fedora. How unfortunate. It must be my lucky day to meet your kind in such a place, the man said as he moved slowly to him. What's going on? I can't stop trembling, Issei said in his thoughts. Hee, the man chuckled as he walks towards the frightened boy. Issei tried to step back, but instead, he leaped 5 feet of the ground. I was just going to step back a little. Running away? As the man got closer, Issei panics and runs away with his life on the line. I have no idea what's happening. As Issei was running, he noticed that black feathers were raining down upon him. The same black feathers that Yuma had. Feathers? Yuma-chan? When he looked up, he saw the man flying above him. The fallen angel then landed in front of Issei, stopping him in his tracks. This is why low-level creatures like you are so troublesome. The man smirks at Issei, who was scared to death. Am I dreaming again? Humph. I cannot sense the presence of either a master or mate. You aren't trying to escape, nor are you expanding a magic circle. Analysis of the situation suggests you must be a stray one. A blue light spear suddenly appeared from the man's left hand. Then I can just kill you. If I had to dream again, I would have liked a Bishujo 1,000,000,000 times better than some guy like him. Issei thought as he tried to escape. The man threw his light spear at Issei, impaling him on the back. The pain that Issei was experiencing was incredible. It hurts. It seriously hurts. It wasn't this bad when Yuma-chan Issei tried to grab the light spear, but it only burned his hand. It hurts, doesn't it? Light is a deadly poison to your species, after all. I thought that one spear would finish you off, but you're quite resilient. The fallen angel then retracted his spear from Issei's body, hurting him more in the process. Worry not. I will put you to rest soon. The man raised his light spear and aimed it at Issei. It's hopeless now. Somionion, please help me. Issei closed his eyes as he awaited for the pain, but before the man could stab the spear at Issei, a red, glowing orb of pure dark energy was shot at the man's arm, destroying his light spear. Did you do that? Guess not. A red portal appears in front of them. Rias stepped out of the portal, much to the shock of the two. Don't lay a finger on that kid, Rias said as the fallen angel kept his guard up. Red hair Arias senpai, Issei said as he faints from the amount of blood that he lost. Who the hell are you? The fallen angel growled as he made a blue light spear on his right hand and threw it at the redhead. However, Rias's rook, Kaneko, appears out of nowhere and blocks the incoming light spear that was directed at Rias. The fallen angel was getting frustrated as he made another spear appear on his left hand and he throws it at the two. Yumi, Rias's knight, goes in front of Rias and slices the incoming spear in half with her sword, causing the light spear to disappear into thin air. Damn you! The fallen angel yelled in anger as he spawned a third spear and charges at the girls. But before he got close to them, a large, lightning bolt suddenly struck the man as he cries out in pain. How dare you hurt Issei-kun? The thunderbolt was conjured up by Akeno, Rias's queen, who was looking at the downed man with vicious eyes. The fallen angel stood up and brushed off the dirt on his hat. Red hair Issei. You must be from the Gremry family. The fallen angel assumes. I'm Rias Gremry. How are you today, my dear fallen angel? Oh wow. Who knew this was the jurisdiction of the Gremry family's heiress apparent? Is he of your household? The fallen angel asked as he looked at the unconscious boy. We will show no mercy if you mess with him. The fallen angel just smirks deviously at Rias's threat. Well, I apologize for today, but you'd better not let your servants run freely. Someone like me might just hunt them down during his walk, you know? I thank you for your helpful advice. Then let me give you a warning too. I will not let you off scot-free, should you do something like this again. Rias threatened to him with malice in her voice. Same to you, heiress apparent of the Gremry family. The fallen angel said as he flew off. My name is Donasiege. I do hope we never face each other again. Donasiege yelled to them as he disappeared into the night sky. I was careless. Who knew that he'd come into contact with a fallen angel? Rias said as she looked at Issei, who was passed out at the moment. He'll die at this rate. Kaneko explained while still having an emotionless expression. Why you won't let that happen, right Bachu? Akeno asked as she anxiously looked at Issei. Of course, Akeno. After all, he is my pawn. Issei's POV. Master, please wake up. Master, once again, the alarm clock wakes me up, making me have turned it off again. I feel so heavy. I had another weird dream, again. Why is this happening night after I noticed that my clothes were missing from my body? Why am I? Where's my underwear? When I pulled over the blanket, the first thing I saw was Issei. And not just any Issei. Rias senpai's Issei. Seeing her bare body made me jump off of my bed. Wah! I yelled as I fell down on my bedroom floor. Rias senpai? What was she doing on my bed? It's morning? Rias senpai yawned, giving me a great view of her nice, large boobs. Oh PPI. I cried out as I pointed at her. Oh hey. She said to me with smile. You Rias senpai, whyru, wait a minute. Is this a dream? Right. I'm still dreaming. Yes. This is just a dream. Probably the greatest dream I've ever had. Everything you experienced was real. She reassuring me as I tried to cover my eyes from her well-toned body. So wait, does that mean that everything that happened really did happen? As in, Yuma-chan was real? Why Yuma-chan, I am Rias Gremry. I am a demon. What? Demon? A demon? And your master. Nice to have you on my peerage, Hayado Issei-kun. Thanks for watching this video. If you really enjoy this video, like, subscribe, and comment down below, and turn on that bell notification. Don't forget to support and follow the AnimeAuthorKaiserX for writing that awesome fanfic, and also make sure to comment on this story link in the description. See you in the next video. Goodbye.